Wow.
That's how we start the show.
Start.
Did you point at me and anything? I didn't see the music. I couldn't hear it. I was listening over here. Okay. Hey, I'm out of practice. It's been a couple weeks. Anyway, hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to an all-new episode of SCNS Live, the super cool nerds. Did I really just say crap to start the show? Did I really just do that? Okay, that's great. All right. We're back after a little bit of a break. We kind of took a little vacation out to sunny California to San Diego Comic-Con, which was amazing because all 4 members of the team got to go. We had a good time in our Airbnb and weather that was not trying to murder us every day.
It was interesting. Like, you can go outside. That's just different.
I know. The sun is just, it's more polite there.
It is, but I do have a little bit of a farmer's tan. It gets, like, paler and paler as I go on.
I don't, which is a surprise.
Let me see. Do I got anything?
My freckles came out in bigger.
You got a little farmer's tan.
I do got a little farmer's tan. I need to go around the pool more. I'm not gonna get much sun where I'm going next weekend. So yeah, SDCC 2024 is wrapped in the bag. We have some interviews coming. A video we took a lot of short form video on our Instagram of the fashion show. But yeah, it was just a all around great event. There were things, yes, of course, we wish would have happened that didn't come through, but we're gonna make that happen next year. We're going to go into that. This show is just going to be pretty much recapping San Diego and everything that we did. Yeah, so I am Jason the X over here. That's Kat.
Hi.
Behind the board, doing things and stuff. That's Cora.
Hi. I have random facts that make Jason unhappy.
Stop it. We already did that for a short.
Oh.
Why do you have my Megazord?
We didn't do the snakes as a short.
I don't need to talk about that. Anyway, so most importantly about San Diego Comic-Con, I know that everybody was hoping for and just praying for. I never saw everybody so united in a goal of getting me this Mezco exclusive Snake Eyes from the Mezco booth. This was the only thing that we went out there for, and mission accomplished. We did it.
Whatever. The first time I heard the something commando figure, me and your buddy both burst out laughing at the same time.
And we were joined also by Taffy Darling, who was going to join us on the show tonight, but she had another obligation, which we miss you, Taff. We should come by.
With her day job.
We all just kind of like poured into this Airbnb, which was very nice, though.
It was a dope Airbnb. Yeah. I don't know what Claudia? Victoria? Something. I don't know who she is, but I want her to either be my partner or my mother or my grandmother, depending on where she falls. Or maybe my adopted daughter. Who knows?
A damn fine place.
I would like to marry the shower. I just want to marry the shower.
I thought it was kind of low fun.
Not if you used the wand.
It was amazing. I actually felt like I got my hair clean for the first time in a year. It was great.
It was a pretty dope Airbnb, but if you guys think that you're close with a group of people, then take the SCNS San Diego Comic-Con challenge. You've got to drive from Dallas to San Diego in 20 hours or less.
Let's start with the drive.
So first off, we go to leave, and it starts storming in Dallas. I got to get my crap in the car and in the overhead in a freaking thunderstorm. And then I go to pick up Cora. And the sun is out. The rain has not fallen yet. There's a breeze in the air. I hate you. But we load up, no problem. Then we go over to the sister's place, and the rain says, nope.
It was not raining the entire way there. The minute we pulled onto your street, little sprinkles. We're like, okay, we can do some sprinkles. And the minute we started loading the car, pour.
It was like those big, fat raindrops.
No. So now we gotta load up with all this going on, but we got it. It just, yeah.
And, like, I would have been pissed if the rain had let up after we got packed in, but the rain didn't let up until, like, almost past Weatherford.
Yeah, we had to drive in pretty much all the way down I-30 with some pretty hellacious winds. And apparently an earthquake happened while we were on the road, too.
Yeah, there was a lot happening.
Also, props to Jason for driving us through the hurricane.
Yes.
Part.
Oh
yeah, that was not fun, and it was like visibility was low, and we couldn't get up to speed either. You know.
I mean, honestly, you were the person in the like, this is no offense to you or Cass. You were the person I would trust most in that situation, being the driver.
No, I'll tell you the truth. This actually happened. Cass put in a note just to show to me. It said, "I'm so glad I'm not the one driving right now." And I put back to her, I get nervous when anyone's driving in this weather, including me, but Jason has like a dad energy that makes me feel calmer about it.
Okay, well, thank you, but I was just like, it wasn't so much I was nervous. It was more I was just pissed off that it was raining. Like,
exactly.
I was
You
just
weren't
mad. I
nervous.
couldn't get up to like 80 miles per hour. You know, it's like, well, I do have other lives in the car. I should probably stick below the speed limit.
No,
while
it
I'm
just stresses me out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was we were making some pretty good time, and then we actually had time to stop and sit down and eat breakfast because we were early. So
Which was fun.
yeah,
We went to Denny's in the middle of like nowhere.
truly. I think there was one person in the restaurant when we got there, and then they left.
And no, there was an old man that walked in when we were getting ready to leave.
Oh, okay.
A single old man that probably comes there every Sunday or something
in,
like that.
What, New Mexico at that point?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in New Mexico.
Because I took the overnights.
Yeah.
Because I don't sleep.
Yeah, I like when Kat drives and I like fall asleep because then you like wake up in another state. That's,
Yeah, I take that graveyard shift.
but no, and then you going through the mountains though, you just seem like awestruck.
Okay, so
Going to Arizona and California.
yeah, I love desert. I think the desert is actually very pretty, but I've only ever seen it in pictures. So I got to see the desert, both kinds of desert that the U.S. has. I got to see the scrub desert, and I got to see the sandy desert, and I got to, actually no, 3 kinds, because there was also rocky desert. I got to see all flavors of the desert of the United States on this drive. Got very excited to see different kinds of cacti, because I like cacti.
That's why she gave me the stink eye when I was like, Arizona is boring and flat, and I hate it.
I kept treating them to different anecdotes of the first time I took off, like, across the country by myself about how cacti are not shaped right, like you see in pictures, and I was annoyed by that. And something else that just, like, it's not supposed to look like this.
There were several places I just wanted to be like, can we pull over so I can, like, run halfway through this field to get a picture of this one cactus and hope I'm not trespassing?
I mean, you probably would have had time to, like, pull over and, like, a photo shoot. You probably should have thought about that.
You do not want to tell me I have time to pull over. I am a photographer.
I know.
Yeah.
Like,
We could have eaten up 30 minutes or so. But yeah.
The mountains, though, I thought they were cool, but I was also terrified.
Landslide.
Yeah, exactly. I'm from the East Coast. I'm from Appalachia. Those are like mountains. They don't look like rocks.
with the snow on top and the trees
The
throughout.
trees, like
and,
the thing people think of when they think of mountains, and then we get to
You
California.
Just hear the landslide will bring you down.
What can I throw at you?
There's only toys over there. I'll throw anything. Ah!
Well, it doesn't help that you go through a place called, like, Devil's Canyon.
Yeah, and there's signs everywhere saying, "Hey, by the way, at any point these rocks can fall and kill you."
And they don't say, like,
The threat of
the
death
most
is
useless warning signs I've ever
Yeah.
seen, like, rocks could fall. And it's like, cool.
No!
And then
shit.
what?
Yeah, and then what?
And it's like 125 degrees outside.
You know-
like, no exaggeration.
You know what?
Ugh.
I will give the mountains one, like the Rockies that we were in, one piece of credit that Appalachia can't have, and that's a road that doesn't scare me. So the roads, in comparison, that we were on were like this big. Like, you could comfortably have 2 cars here. And in Appalachia, it's more like that.
Yeah.
Those cars are going by, and you think you're going to hit the person next to you. There's no wall to keep you from falling over, and you're right at the edge.
Yeah, but we made it. We went on the most exhausted Walmart grocery
Oh,
run
man.
of all time, just waiting
God.
for our Airbnb.
I'll admit, when I'm tired, I'm a cranky bitch. I really am.
Nobody here knows that about you, Jason.
No,
Nobody experiences it.
Everyone knows that. I
No,
was ready to get the hell up out because it was like, now we're around people. I don't like these people. I need to get away from me.
everybody was so cranky when we got out of the
Hand me
car.
there. I was once a man.
I was once.
But anyway, we
Anyway.
made it. We were safe. We went home, chilled out.
Yeah, Tuesday was about just pretty much getting ourselves geared up and resting quite a bit.
charging everything.
Also, yeah, just please.
We just laid there.
Our hostess for the Airbnb was amazing. Everything was great. Everything was perfect. That's probably one of the best Airbnbs I've ever stayed in. I've been, like, in San Diego. I've stayed in a couple.
I haven't been to very many, but it was hands down my favorite Airbnb that I've stayed in. Beds were comfy, extra everything, anything you could think of.
Yeah, and I'm convinced anything we didn't have, we just couldn't find.
Yeah.
Like, because we
the
found
blankets, the extra blankets we found on the last day.
Oops.
Yeah, we found the extra blankets. Taffeta found the scissors when I was like, yeah, we don't. That's like the one thing missing. We don't have scissors. And then she found the scissors.
Sharp knives, spice rack, nice dish set, just everything. Shampoo and conditioner in the shower.
Yeah.
I mean, we brought our own.
And not
Welcome
like
to our travel blog, by the way.
and not sample size, like actual gigantic bottles.
There were Band-Aids, which I needed. I don't remember why.
Blisters.
Oh yeah.
It was a fully stocked, almost brand new feeling first aid kit.
Well, enough about the Airbnb, because this is a San Diego.
No, it's beautiful. It was a great Airbnb.
Okay,
You know
so
what I just liked about
no. Okay, so
Brita filter.
Wednesday, we got to go to the Comic-Con museum and check that out,
Yes.
and that was great. I love the video that we turned out from there. Cora did a good job being a regular old Texan in the San Diego Comic-Con museum, where we actually met some other Texans, which was pretty awesome.
Yeah. And we learned, that's where we were officially, or was officially learned that, no, the hats will get attention.
Yeah.
Everyone talked to us.
I love the science exhibit and just all the little, like, putting the pieces on there, the robotics part.
The real people-sized light bright.
Yes.
I enjoyed Cass's rant about the Hays Code a lot.
That's a short on our channel. Go check it out.
Because afterwards, she continued.
And
it was interesting, mind you. It was interesting. It was
All of our rants are interesting.
Yeah, they had a whole thing about time travel and Back to the Future. Which, to clarify, it is a rotating exhibits in this museum. It's basically stuff that they've collected throughout the years of doing Comic-Con that they said we should put it into a museum. And yeah, it was Betty Boop was in there this time. They had some costumes, of course, which seem to be always in there. They also showed the stuff that they're auctioning off.
They had some amazing art.
Yes.
And there's even art of a certain D&D character from our campaign that's now in there.
For however long they keep those up. But
I hope they don't do away with it.
For at least one day, I was in a museum.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It was just a fun little way. It was a perfect way to start the adventure, I think.
Yeah. That was so much fun. I'm glad we got to go do that. And
if you're curious about the Comic-Con Museum, check out our video.
Over at the Balboa Park, there's also other museums in the area. It is kind of a perfect start off to that weekend. It's chill, you get to see the stuff. But then preview night happened, and last year when we went to preview night was during the strike, and it was the last time I remember being like that kind of preview night, it was 2015. It was very walkable, the one we went to last year. This year was different. Man, Comic-Con was back, and everyone was in there for preview night.
Yep.
They were not here to play around. Preview night was just as crowded as every other night. I guess everyone got preview night tickets. It was weird. Please restrict preview night to less people. But
it was the first preview night I've been to. I didn't go last year.
Yeah.
So I hadn't seen it, but I really expected like booths to only halfway be up and stuff. Nope, they were ready to show from the get-go.
Yep.
Yeah, as soon as they said go, they were ready. Now, granted, they didn't have all their stuff they were showing, but you know.
The booths themselves were put up, just maybe not decorated all pretty.
I think it was one of the first, not one of the first, but a year that I actually walked a lot of the floor with y'all, especially Cora. But man, did we even get anything on preview night? I think we may have gotten some.
You tried to get Snake Eyes on preview night, I think. But
Yeah,
I think I was with Cass on preview.
Mezco should definitely bring more stock, because that was, we'll talk about the exclusive and kind of that debacle a little bit later on, which has been talked about on another show, a friend of ours, A Toy Kind of Mood. Travis Moody runs that one. Pleasure to meet him. Well, y'all got to meet him, but you know, he's been a buddy of mine for a while. But they talked about that, and we might touch on it a little bit.
Cass wanted to go hunt down some jewelry, and I made fun of her. kind of a lot. It was Lord of the Rings jewelry. Lord of the Rings is my unjustified nerd hatred property that, like, I don't like the movies. And we got to the booth and she's like, no, I don't think I want it. And I was like, oh my God, I did not mean to do that. She just didn't want it. She ended up getting some really cute jewelry over the weekend.
I want to see it. I didn't get to see it.
Oh,
Yeah, we wanted to do a haul video, but we really should have done that there. Just real quick, just go through everything. We'll do it next year. The lessons are learned. There's other things we're going to be doing next year that we didn't do this year that require a megaphone. Anyway, but preview night, still like super busy, and I don't think we got any content that day.
We tried. It wasn't for lack of trying.
Yeah.
People just didn't want to talk.
I don't think anybody was prepped for how busy preview night was going to be that night.
I mean, to be fair, all weekend, like, randos on the street didn't want to talk to us.
Yeah, it was a harder con than most to get just random content. Cass and I still have a short we might put up. We got an interview with a Daredevil cosplayer and a few other things. There were Borderlands, what are they called?
Psychos!
Psychos were out in droves. We tried to get an interview with them, but they're gig workers, and fair enough, they didn't have press, like, permission.
They screamed with me on a video project.
Yeah, I got it.
No,
that was
I think it's because they didn't realize I was taking a video, but also...
No, it was no big deal. I approached it in the more, like, formal way that we approach things. I wanted to do a little bit with them, like, hey, how do you guys feel about the Borderlands movie not being rated R? Do you think it's going to be tough enough? And, like, bring a bunch of them in to look all psycho. And they didn't want to do that bit, but that's fair.
I like that every time we saw them over the weekend, they remembered us from the cowboy hats.
Cowboy hats are useful.
Cowboy hats.
I enjoyed mine. I love mine.
If you were from Texas and you go to an out-of-state con, you wear a cowboy hat.
I was a little iffy on them because they get hot, but the brand recognition is nice, and at night it's not hot.
Yeah, and you look good with one.
Oh, thank you.
So we were splitting the mornings and the afternoons for the rest of the con. Cora and I were on mornings, and we're back Thursday morning. Didn't I get this Thursday morning?
Yes, because we left early on Thursday morning.
So the Mezco booth. All right. They clearly don't bring enough stock per day, or they have limited numbers, because we got there at 9, just a few minutes after 9:30. I think 9:35. We didn't get in line with everybody because we had press. We went to a door and we were like, in. We got in. The floor was still clear. Walked right to the back where that booth was, got in line. There were maybe 30 or so people in line already. There were 2 exclusives, Casey Jones and the Snake Eyes. They came around, they were like, Casey Jones is sold out. About 15 people got out of line right off the bat there. Then they came and counted, and they were like 7, 6, they pointed at me, 5, we'll get a Snake Eyes. We were in line for 15 minutes, and they already sold out of it. That's crazy limited. Like, I was looking, and these were actually sold before the show in some very limited quantities. No toy reviewer had a review of this up on YouTube, which is kind of amazing, which I really should have shot this by now. But I'm going to compare the 2 that I have. But that's some crazy limited words. Other booths like Hasbro, Bandai, they brought enough stock all weekend.
Well, and there were booths that would sell out of, like, a certain thing, maybe. Like, Misty Mountain Gaming was sold out of the guy we interviewed's favorite dice, the Bifrost set.
Yeah. He did find, like, one set of it, remember? Oh, no.
No, he looked in his own personal collection because he thought he brought them. I have since looked them up online. They are pretty, but I think it's his fault. I think his name is Colby, maybe, or something. Anyway, It doesn't matter. It does matter. It will be on our channel later. I think it's his fault I didn't get the other dice because I was kind of curious about the Bifrost dice.
Yeah.
They're really, really pretty, but I want the evil dice.
Yeah. And, like, I went to, in the exclusives selling out so quick, when you were waiting in line for Mezco, I went to the Godzilla booth because Mia wanted a Godzilla. I'm going to get Mia a Godzilla.
I love that about her.
Yeah, you got it.
I mean, they had all kinds of different Godzilla because it was the 70th anniversary this year. Fun fact. The one I wanted to get her, which was the exclusive, gone. Just straight up gone. Thursday, just sold out.
But when we went back Friday, for Friday morning, our first interview,
Hang
Atsuko,
on.
what? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thursday night. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know
Well, we
what y'all
didn't
did.
get into the con on Thursday.
On preview night?
Uh,
Oh, sorry, Wednesday.
Wednesday's preview night. We did
Yeah.
walk the floor in preview night. On Thursday, we didn't make it inside. But we did do the Hulu Animehem thing, which will be posted on our channel shortly. And we got a couple goodies from that.
I got a couple of goodies from that.
No, you need to give them back.
They were left in my car. I mean,
They were
I
not left. You
I
were
think they
like,
got
I'm going
lost.
to take all these.
think they got lost.
Anyway, we got some
Lost
Futurama
luggage.
pins. I got some Solar Opposites pins. Did a little worship of Matthew Berry's Chimera from Crepopolis, which is a show I love. Anyway, and Cass got to try and put Roger from American Dad back together after all his organs fell out. They
I
didn't
saw
make
that exhibit. Or that thing.
We got to taste Slurm.
How was it?
Slurm.
Was
It
Mountain
was it was like Sprite with like a flavored syrup or something. It wasn't
Okay.
bad. It was actually very refreshing.
That's good.
You don't want it to be some garbage actual Slurm. So
Yeah.
Well, I mean, our first interview was the Atsuko clothing booth, which was
Yeah.
ended up buying stuff from there because it was just so awesome.
did we get clarification on the name? Because the guy said Atsuko, but it may just be so people could actually find the website.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know, man. The Japanese
acceptable.
pronunciation I was taught says Atsuko, but people also say Atsuko.
If you know for sure, put it in the chat. But like the way I was taught too would be
Yeah.
Atsuko.
But that was a good interview.
It
Really
was
creative people. And found out they're local here.
Yeah, their creative
What?
team. Yeah, a lot of the people that were working the booth, including the creative director we were talking to, were like they live in the Dallas area.
Oh yeah, I didn't know. Was that in the interview?
Well, we found it out later.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so
I was like, I watched that interview. He was talking about his Pokemon collection
No, that was
and
just
stuff he'd
conversation.
like to do.
Like, if you saw any pictures from the weekend, the vest I was wearing, I got from that booth because
yeah,
I saw it and I was like, I gotta have this. Which also I like when he instantly walked up. He was like, "Oh yeah, that looks good." Like he
Yeah.
instantly like on whatever shirt. I think I was wearing a red shirt. or
I'm
something.
going to
Yeah.
have a small beef with you that you're going to resolve.
What was that?
You haven't seen it. You have to watch it. Berserk. Right?
Berserk.
Yeah, what about it?
You have to watch
That's
it.
got nothing to do with my vest.
Anyway,
Which also, speaking of things
Yeah.
from that booth,
yes. Thank you very
What's all
deeply
over it?
to
Berserk
Atsuko
stuff.
for
no, that is not
for this
berserk
bag.
stuff. What is? There's
It's Berserk stuff.
okay, cool.
yeah. It actually does have those little spots on it.
Okay, I thought like
I think they're supposed to
You're like,
mimic
No,
like
no,
some
it's
chicken
not
here.
something I did to
Okay.
it.
yeah.
It's-
That's just the bag, which is
it's the
really cool.
design. It's really
This,
cool.
big bag.
this bag
It's a
is
big
so
zipper top
fucking
and all
cool.
cushiony, and it's got so many pockets. I love this bag so much, and I love my friend Cora.
yeah, we got the vest, shirts, but definitely if you want to check out some pretty cool gear, check out their website.
Yeah, their
that video's up by the way.
yeah, their clothes, like I could tell they were high quality from their website, but actually getting to see and touch them in person, incredible.
They do fashion collections for properties. they
Edge
love.
Runners,
Yes.
Berserk.
They have some that they weren't showing off at the show. The show, they were showing off their new ones, which were Berserk and Cyberpunk. But they also have some other properties on their website, such as I think they still have the Pokemon collection up. I've seen some of the Yu Yu Hakusho collection, which I'm eyeing because I know who I am as a person.
You guys, you fangirled so hard when he said Kingdom Hearts was like on his wish list for someday. It was cute.
Look, Kingdom Hearts. I'm gonna go.
Look.
I'm just gonna go off on a little
Yep.
a quick little thing here. We're gonna focus here. Kingdom Hearts lends itself perfectly to the streetwear fashion that they're focusing on, and I want it. I don't even wear like the like street fashion as they call it. Like I would wear the whole line. I would I would be a model for it. I would do everything, anything for it. I just want it. I see so many tacky t-shirts from Kingdom Hearts. I would love to have a jacket that has the cool little dangly bits that looks like the jacket a little bit, just a little. Like it didn't have to be an
And
exact
that's what they
replica,
do.
just something.
Authentic
Or, like-
kind of details.
Yes, or like poofy pants, poofy pants. Okay, I'm gonna reel
But
myself
yeah,
in.
just a really, really detailed, thoughtful approach to how they did collections. I was really impressed. I'm impressed with the backpack, impressed with the t-shirts, impressed. We also made it a point to go by and look.
Yeah.
Like,
Every-
great stuff.
Everything.
And like the vest, that was not like I bought that.
Yeah.
It gave me a little bit of.
It
discount,
does
for
look
sure.
really good on you.
But then,
Yeah, it's good.
what was the toy booth we went by that you did the interview for?
Pop Mart.
Pop Mart. That's who.
They sell really good vinyl figures. I have a couple of myself that I got like years ago before
So
before
you
we got the
wanted to
interview.
get that interview in. Like,
Oh yeah, I love their stuff. Like they do more than like they mostly do blind boxes, but they have more. And you got to see their quality firsthand.
oh yeah, I dug some of those.
Oh, they have a collection of blind boxes. I want to like get one of. It's little classic movie monsters like Frankenstein, the werewolf, Dracula, sitting in like a cushy chair, like they're watching a movie, and all of them have different accessories. Like Dracula has a little glass of wine. Frankenstein, I think, has a popcorn bucket. It's cute. I love this stuff. They were also just really good to interview as well.
Yeah.
Also very detailed.
That was a nice one. She also put her on the spot because she asked her a question. She was like, "Oh, someone's asking." Like it's just funny watching Cora go. You know, she's a really good interviewer. Like, oh, someone's asking me a question. Someone cares about my opinion.
It's wild if somebody asks you a question
I know,
during
right?
an interview.
Oh yeah, she was asking which my favorite collection was, and Monster is one of my favorite like series.
Like the
Good.
monster doll?
Yeah, like it's just called Monster,
Mm-hmm.
and you have like a little creature that looks like it's out of kind of like it's out of Where the Wild Things Are. It's what it, like the closest thing I can think to like for comparison without showing a
Okay.
picture.
Yeah.
But sometimes they'll also have like cute little chibi things in the line too, so you have a mixture of like this cute stuff and monster stuff and.
It seems like people are sending to Comic-Con in a way they didn't before, like a community rep to really be able to talk through things
Yeah.
with you. This is
That's
just good content from the interviews. In a
Oh,
new
yeah.
way. Or at least that they've thought out who they want to talk to press and stuff. That was really nice.
Yeah. See, did we have a third one on Thursday?
Yeah, we had Symbiote Studios.
On Thursday?
Plushies.
I thought we talked to them a different day.
Not by this schedule. We talked to them on Thursday.
Well, remember we had to. Oh no, it was just the timing was weird.
Yeah. Well, we did talk to them about some of their stuff. I bought. Well, no, I tried to buy. They refused. Well, we bought some pins from them.
Yeah.
They gave us 2 plushies. One of the Dinobots with his eyes bugged out, which was really cool. Which my kids have stolen already.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
wanted.
you bought it for your kids a little.
I bought the Dinobot was for me.
Okay. Well, then beat your kids. I don't know.
I will.
No.
But no, they ganked that. And that's fine. And I got another plushie, one of the like little farmer suit and everything. Great products. So if you want to check out Symbiote Studios, they have a lot of like nice plushies. I wanted their Liz still wants their flagship character.
That's
But
not
it was a
surprising.
fun interview, and they told us like you guys were the most fun interview we had all weekend because everybody
Nice.
came with like some. They said everybody came with the same basic questions, and we were just like fun,
Yeah.
which is kind of our brand, you know.
I mean, we came back later in the weekend, and they said that we were still reigning supreme on that interview list.
You gotta check in. Are we still number 1?
Well, we had come back to get the plushies, I think. Or no, we were just walking by. That's what
I was
it
gonna
was.
actually get some. I went to their website because I was gonna get some of those shirts that they had. Like they had
Oh, yeah.
Optimus Prime holding their character, which I'm like, I kind of dig that. I want that. The shirts are very vibrant in color and everything. I think
They're really good quality too.
Yeah, I really like that booth, and definitely a store that I am. After giving my daughter the card from that booth, I'll show them on the website. I don't know why I did that.
Why did you do that?
Because you don't spend enough money on toys.
I mean, because she's already like, I want some things.
She needs to create a plushie cavern. Until the walls are covered in plushies, it's not enough.
I already got her a hammock. Anyway, plushies. Everyone has them. No one has room for them.
So that was Thursday, and then Thursday night.
Oh no, Thursday night. The Her Universe Fashion Show. Front row seats.
Front row seats. And a plan.
And a plan.
I gotta tell you, yeah, your plan. This plan was all cats, and it was a plan.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get this camera on you. Okay, now, yeah. Just
Okay.
yeah, that's right. Sorry.
Put my skills to work.
I gotta tell you, it was. Alice Brenner was like, "All right, you probably shot stuff like this. What are we doing here?"
I have
You've
not
been here
shot
before.
a ton of fashion shows, but I have shot a ton of events. And I was like, okay, we want to get this out first. So we had a plan. Basically, how it went was Cora was responsible for making sure the cameras were focused front and back, the video cameras, and keeping an eye on them the whole time, because when you have cameras that don't only do video, they can mess up. So she did that. Rockstar, I saw the video for the first time earlier today. It's just amazing. And then Jason and Cass had 2 jobs. One job was to hype people up and get their attention.
Which, if you hear someone yelling on all of our videos,
It's Cass. It's not. But like that was one of their jobs, and the other job they had is we had a like list of hashtags ready to go, list of like a comment ready to go, and I said, okay, you hand me your phone, I record somebody as they go by, I hand you your phone back, you post it, and the other person hands me their phone, I record the next
Y'all
one.
were a machine.
It was like
damn straight.
exhausting but really fun.
And I mean, let's just talk for a second about some of the creative people in that show.
Oh my god.
Last year was our first time attending it, and my first time attending a fashion show.
And they remembered us, no big deal.
They did. It was pretty awesome.
This year was my first time attending my
And
first fashion show.
I will cheer and hoot and holler all the time for people that can do something well, especially something I can't do. I like that afterwards that somebody said you were the best hype man in the audience.
Did they say that again this year?
Someone said
It was one of the finalists from last year. Said you're one of the best hype people, and you still are. Like, it was just like.
And I was just more like, I got to high five Ashley Eckstein because she's like, hey, and I was like, I'm just having fun. And she's like, yeah, like, and also that lady released a video afterwards because things went wrong during the show that we didn't care about, but she did. But she still like did the show.
She tripped.
Go
a few
check out
times.
her Instagram video. It's someone that's admitting like things didn't go to plan, not the way I wanted, but I still had a good time. I adapted and overcame, and I gotta say she did because, I mean, the show was amazing.
It was incredible.
It's Ashley Eckstein. She's a voice actress. She did
Ahsoka Tano in the
Ahsoka.
Clone Wars.
And
We have Michael Scott.
Michael James Scott.
Michael James Scott. Sorry.
Yeah, who's of Broadway fame as like
The
genie
Super
in
entertaining.
Aladdin. He's an all-star MC, and they've known each other since high school. They showed a picture of them being in Into the Woods together in high
Legitimately,
school.
like, just funny having the two of them up there. You can tell the chemistry and friendship is there.
Oh yeah.
They love each other so much, and it's so cute. And they brought out some looks by themselves. as the
Oh my
MCs. Like
God.
his Hot Wheels look with the tracks all over it is to die for. And he turns it up. And of course, the DJing.
DJ Amanda Jones, who
Mhm.
regularly spins here in Dallas at the church. Go give her a follow because it was she was working it. I got
yeah.
to. Also, she was dressed up in the Barbie dress, which I thought
Yeah, that was
I
cute.
didn't catch for a second.
Yeah,
So-
in the Her Universe Barbie dress.
That lady was spinning some records. I mean, does her job well. But man, I loved because we're watching all the influencers go up and take the pictures by the stage. And there's one that I was just like, I'm an influencer.
I love that picture so much. It's
Because
so
they're all like
stupid.
posing by the stage, like, look at me. Like, yeah, you ain't part of the show. Shut up.
I mean, we did pose. Well, after
We
the
did
show.
all pose.
Oh,
We
yeah,
did
we
pose.
did afterwards because it's like, you know what, we're going to have fun. It just seemed like they were more bougie about it. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, we were more fun about it, and
Well,
also
we kept the focus
we
on
were having
the
fun.
performers and the designers throughout the
I
show.
like that you were in the right place at the right time to get a picture of everybody at the end.
Yeah,
With
I
someone's
wish I'd
random phone.
gotten it with my camera.
I know, I thought we did too.
It was Ashley Eckstein's camera. She was looking for one of her photographers, and there wasn't
Oh,
one
yeah.
around.
And
I
we-
was
oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm
Did
a photographer.
we had a photographer. We were-
yeah.
But like we met her. But these designs, like pretty much everybody gets to choose like an influence for their designs. Like there was a Hobbit influence. There's Sailor Moon, and something else.
There was
influence.
Dune.
Oh
there,
my God,
there
the
was
Wolverine dress.
the Wolverine dress was great. Star Wars.
The viewfinder, the girl in
The
the
Has-Been Hotel.
Has-Been Hotel.
Yes, the glowing radio thing was. Yeah.
The Daredevil dress. That dress still lives rent
The
free
girl
in my
that did-
head.
The programmer that programmed her.
Oh
her,
my god!
her
Yeah,
Pac-Man
the
dress.
Pac-Man dress. She was also just like, can we talk about how adorable she was on the stage?
Oh yeah.
Because she was precious. I wanted her to win something so bad from personality alone, honestly.
They were a lot of fun, and we were right behind, because on runways they have a halfway mark and they stop and preen a little, and we were right at the right spot to catch a lot of those reactions.
Yeah. I love that Kat was like, your job when they stop here is to get their attention.
Yeah.
Got it. And I did.
I'm not shy about publicity. I may be the most aggressive, like,
And you know what?
networking person in
and
our group.
Granted, afterwards, I kind of forgot what my job was supposed to be. I was just yelling to yell.
I mean,
And Kat was like, great job yelling. I was like, oh yeah, I was supposed to do that.
That was part of my job. I forgot about that.
I think we're forgetting the most important part, though, of the fashion show. When everyone got to go up and walk on stage, and Jason worked it.
Jason did work his own stage walk.
He got to do a runway walk. I mean, a lot of people got to.
Yeah,
but,
it was fun.
Yeah, it was really fun. But Jason's like, he did a twirl. He flipped out his vest.
We convinced Peggy Carter, the cutest Peggy Carter cosplayer in the world, to go walk the runway. She wasn't gonna, and we were like,
yeah, and
you have to go out there.
Yeah, and she walked with a Captain America.
Just the cutest, most wholesome, like, 20-year-old, like.
Yeah, and then like she came back, like, and she got cheers when she was on that stage.
But yeah, y'all, we gotta talk about this Dune dress for a minute, though.
Oh my God, we do. We really do.
So metal.
I'm not a Dune fan, and right now, if you know anything about Cass, she is currently obsessed, hyperfixated, whatever, listening to all the audio books, won't shut up about it, Dune fan. There was a dress that was crocheted metal.
Yeah, crocheted and knitted. She did both.
This, you know that thing where you see art and it can overwhelm you? Like, Cass was bawling when she saw the dress, but Cass is a crybaby. She's an actor.
She is a crybaby.
She's an actor. Her emotions are surface level. She cries all the time. I am not. When I saw this dress, y'all, I teared up. It is one of the most beautiful, wearable things I've ever seen. There's so much love put into it. It was breathtaking.
Yeah, I was trying to see if I could find like a shot of it online.
I mean, you can always find a shot of it on at SCNS Live on Instagram.
That is true.
Ooh, I think I found it. I'm gonna
try full-on video of it.
I'm gonna try and just like drag it into the thing.
Either way, it was. Yeah, you gotta save that. You can't.
That's fine.
I thought she didn't have a shot at the audience. Like, I thought, because there were so many more popular properties for like fashion within it. Yeah. And when she won, I mean, your guys' job was to hoot and holler throughout. You hear my one and only accidental scream at the top of my lungs. Yeah. Like, oh my God.
I mean, I had been sitting the whole time because I was afraid to stand up and move the camera. I was in a very precarious place between like 5 tripods.
Yeah.
When her what, like she won, I jumped up and did not care. Because I'm like, no, we're at the end. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, if it falls, it falls.
Yeah,
oh
nothing fell, by the way.
Either way, great event.
It's a great event. Before you think this is just a fashion blog, we have our own fashion sense. We're not that into like runway trends and stuff. This is just a great event.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Sells out. You are lucky to get a seat here. Yeah. We were very lucky, and thank you to the team over Her Universe for allowing us to come and check out the show front row and just had a great time.
And if you are curious and want to get involved, I believe you can go to the Her Universe like Instagram page or the website and probably find information on how to sign up. Because I mean, people have been.
I think they have an open audition process at some point.
Yeah, because essentially, like, it's taking the thing that everyone does, where they're like, I want to make an outfit inspired by my favorite characters, and amping the nerdiness up a little bit more so it's readable as the character instead of it being like Disney bounding, but same idea, and I love it.
It's like cosplayers' wet dream fashion show. Like, so good.
Oh, we forgot one other outfit that was also
I'm pretty sure we
impressive.
Forgot a lot of them.
I mean, true, but the other winner, the guy that made a Barbie dress out of Barbie dresses.
600 over 600 like
you need a lot to cover that
secondhand
footage
And a lot of them came from his mother's collection from when she was a kid.
He worked it in beautifully. It's a beautiful style of dress for it. It was beautiful work throughout.
What got me was the tulle underneath looked exactly like the little skirts under the Barbie dresses.
Is that true?
Yes, I had so many Barbies.
I wasn't a Barbie girl. I like the movie. I like the show. I like her.
I think my parents were convinced if they got me enough Barbies, I'd stop playing with Hot Wheels, and that was wrong. I just ran over Barbies with the Hot Wheels.
I mean, like, I had 4 brothers. They wanted a girl, but they got one with Cass eventually.
Yeah.
So, like,
We still got some other days to come.
Anyway.
Yes, we still have other days to go. Let's go.
All right, well, the next thing on Friday, went to the Jada Toys booth. Which
Yes.
Jada Toys is knocking out. They are becoming a true contender with all the top companies right now.
yeah.
Their Street Fighter line, which I have a couple of them, look great.
Incredible.
They're packing a lot of things in at the price point. You're getting a separate head, hands, an energy effect, with the Bison figure, a bendable cape, different shoulder pads, different face, the Dalcine, the interchangeable limbs that are bendy.
The Ken that they had as their exclusive, one of their exclusive this
Chun-Li
year.
and Ken were the exclusives this year.
Yeah, with Ken, it came with an oil barrel that was perfectly fine, and then an oil barrel that looked like he'd ripped it in half.
And the Chun-Li came with several different heads, especially her Yatta face or whatever, you know.
Yeah, little.
It's pretty close, yeah.
Yeah. But what I didn't realize when we were at the booth, though, they are the first toy manufacturer that have actually done every single character from the Street Fighter II arcade game.
Really?
Like, they were all on display. All
They
of them
were.
there.
And it was an impressive display. They actually got, and this wasn't just Jada Toys. A lot of, like, I saw it at Hasbro too. They commissioned artists that do like custom dioramas to make dioramas for the show.
And really,
they were
and they left
good.
like, hey, here's where you can find their work and everything. But also, their Mega Man line.
Oh my god.
The Mega Man figures are super, just like adorable, but also capture the artwork of Mega Man perfectly. And we got to see the reveal, which was Proto Man. That was great.
Also, I want to shout out the one toy line I never thought I would see in like the Figma-esque style. Scooby-Doo.
They have the Scooby-Doo license. They showed the Mummy and what's the other?
Creeper.
The Creeper and a Shaggy figure.
Yep.
Which I know that Shaggy figure is probably going to come with a different head as well, just from what we've seen already.
Yeah.
But you know, Scooby-Doo monsters are going to sell.
Oh, absolutely. I was talking.
We were talking about, yeah.
I was actually talking with my roommate Nathan when we got home, because I'm like, I bet you you would love to have a figure of Space Creep, which is the laughing ghost from the airfield, and the Creeper. And he's like, yeah, I would absolutely want that.
Yeah, the response online to that line becoming a reality has been rabid. People want those Scooby-Doo monsters, but also they want the Scooby-Doo line. Also, they did them very well.
Yeah, they look like they are very faithful to the original 70s style without looking bad.
And then they showed their Tony the Tiger cereal mascot, which he's got a little spinning ball accessory.
Aww.
And he just looks like they're great.
He always used to do that.
Yeah.
And the Chester Cheetah. There was a Chester Cheetah and their Comic-Con exclusive
Was
Hot Cheetos Chester Cheetah, and the Cheeto dust glowed in the dark.
Now, for all that, which was all good, then they showed off their Edge Runners line, which is a 1/12 scale line with soft goods on the figures. And I thought they're at a $35 price point, which for soft goods that actually look good as clothing, that's really good. And they're talking about they're going to include also more hands, heads. I hate to tell them, I would have paid $40 for a line like that because they are complete soft goods on some of them. And they look good on them. Like even Mezco's can kind of suffer sometimes from kind of looking like pajamas a bit. No. Theirs were on point. Theirs looked like clothing. Definitely a line I'm probably going to end up getting further on down there. They showed 4 of those figures. And the one they debuted was also Akuma in the Street Fighter line, which looked amazing with these energy effects on his arms. They had, of course, looking like you can see his back and the big symbol. Jada Toys is truly becoming a contender. The only thing is their distribution right now, but if they keep turning out stuff like this, I don't see that being a problem.
Yeah.
Really, just to see a company come with it like this, from what they showed last year to what they showed this year, and the position they're in, they're doing just fine. So yeah, check out some of the Jada Toy stuff, and I really got to find that bison now.
That was what? That was Friday.
That was Friday.
Two things we did on Friday. We did a Misty Mountain Gaming interview that will come out shortly.
I paid Misty Mountain Gaming for some dice.
Me too. I actually have them in my
Incredible
backpack.
Just definitely quality product.
Cass got some of their dice too.
Yeah, everyone got dice.
And one of my only regrets ever, like from after shop, I was like, I'll forget about it the second I walk away, and I haven't. I was complaining about it before the show, so I'll be getting some of their dice too. Just really beautiful dice. They had a lot of like old school like mugs and stuff like that. They had leather bags. They have silicone dice, which I did not understand at first until I was on their website looking around, and it says they bounce, and I was like, oh, that would be fun. They'd like bounce.
I kind of wanted the silicone dice too, but I wanted those nice scaled ones. But
Cass got really pretty metal dice. I'm going to get their gemstone dice that look evil.
I got their liquid core dice, so I have a set that has a glitter.
They're really
Those are
pretty
tough
liquid
dice.
core
So
dice.
I could have walked
mesmerizing.
away with 3 sets of dice from that booth. But
I could have. I'm a dice goblin. So we got a really great interview with them.
we became uppity dice guys.
We did all realize that we're uppity dice.
No.
It,
What was
that
the
Cass
comment
made.
about, the comment that
No,
Cass made?
I asked Cass about this.
Please go ahead.
Like
Go
we
ahead.
did the Misty Mountain Gaming interview, and we saw all their quality. And I said, "Are you ready to find out if you're too big of a dice snob for Chessex anymore?" And she's like, "I am ready to find out." And so we walked by the Chessex booth, which I'm not hating Chessex. Like, they're fine.
No,
Yeah, Chessex are great.
Got lots of it. And last year, she bought like a 30-ounce tumbler full of dice from Chessex. And yeah, we walked by. They have I love their frosted stuff. But yeah, and she's like, I am too big of a snob now.
I think all of us have a lot of Chessex dice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, but we can put on the monocle like Chessex.
Rounded corners.
Perhaps not today.
I mean,
Perhaps I'll
those
slow it
Chessex
later.
dice.
Nah, we got them. So.
Killed Ember, killed Octavia. Spoilers. Killed Azra. They can do some damage.
I didn't die yet. Haven't died yet.
Oh, sorry. That was the first interview we got. The other interview we got.
We got an interview. No, we're trading off.
But
Let ours on Friday.
Yeah,
We're
we've
doing
gone.
Friday.
We've gone for. I know we've gone on for a little bit.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Oh, what am I missing from Friday for you guys?
We talked to Brian Volk-Weiss, creator of the toys that made us, the movies that made us, and Nacelle Toys, which was my favorite interview for the whole weekend.
These are both Friday. You did 5 interviews on Friday.
No. What? No, it's one guy.
Oh,
He's just done all of that.
Nacelle
impressive.
Toys. Well, of course, the Netflix series, The Toys That Made Us, the movies that made us. He's doing well with those. I got to learn more about his background as a producer of comedies before he got into doing these videos, and then starting Nacelle Toys, which is making like all of the childhood characters that Cora and I grew up on, like Biker Mice from Mars, which I've got to find these toys now. The Cowboys of Moo Mesa, Sectars. They have the Expanse license as well.
Oh, nice.
The figures look really good. I want to get one in hand. They started out with this one called RoboForce, which is the line back in the 80s that they brought back, and they made them like bigger and better and everything. And like the best thing I saw, and I had to tell him, was walking out of Walmart, I saw a very young kid, maybe like 7 or so, that had a RoboForce toy in his hand, and I was like,
Aww.
it begins again.
I want desperately for him to get the license for Mighty Max.
But the interview just was that good because he'd let us know about the process, how they're actually going to the creators of these shows and telling them, asking them, let us do your line and let us do it right. because they don't go off of like, hey, we got to sell this. They come with a contract. We are making this many of your toys for a year. It's going to work. I like that approach to creators, especially ones like Cowboys and New Mesa, who maybe their property is not out there right now. They're doing it the right way. They're not, and I even brought it up as a joke that they, because other people will undercut and cheap out and try to get a license that's just not being used. No, they're going directly to these people and telling them how much they love their line and we would love to put it in plastic form. I respect that. Also, just a super nice guy. They had a guy in the big suit for one of the biker mice from Mars. He was Throttle.
I thought he was a guy trying to like just jump in front of the camera. I was like, and then I saw who it was. I'm like, oh wait, no, you can
go.
It was like
you can go.
Their director of marketing, Cora, and another interviewer basically formed a ring of people around us to keep interviewing.
Because we were on a corner, so people kept trying to walk in front of the camera. It's mostly little kids that weren't paying attention. And no one was doing it maliciously. I just got paranoid when the biker mice
came. It was a good place
came
because that's where they had like their poster and their product. But
yeah.
I mean, we're going to fight this every year, and we deserve to. We're
Yeah.
filming in the dealer's hall. Like, it's going to happen, but I get it, too. Like, we also, people aren't being malicious, and we aren't either. We're just trying to get those words out.
It was just fun to suddenly see people just like...
I thought it was a great interview, and I love talking to the man, and would love to speak to him again sometime.
I'm going to have to watch that interview.
It was really easy, because he was just like, I would give him something, and he would go. That man is used to talking, and I was just like, cool, go
That's
for
a skill we need to pick up more, is just the, let us do this, we're going to do this right, like that confidence. It would get us better interviews.
And like, I think with
more
the...
interviews, I guess.
Like the interviews I had, the 3 that I did, I had questions prepared, and I showed the people I was interviewing, like, hey, here are my questions. If there's anything in here you can't talk about or don't want to, tell me and I won't ask the question. And I think that
I think
helped.
we're doing the prep. I think we could be more like confident in the harder to get interviews. Like if certain people had seen the work we done, they might have let us in.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's just a note for.
But I'm
for
pure
us,
chaos when I do mine.
What
was
that?
And that works.
What was that last one? What was the toy booth called?
Nacelle Toys.
Nacelle.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I would honestly say the highlight was what you and Cass did later on in the evening.
On Friday?
On Friday. Hall H.
Hall H was Saturday.
Hall H was Saturday. But while he looks that
Director's Hall H. I don't know what that is.
There were, if it has a question, mark,
wrong
we were
one,
going to try and
wrong
get there. But I do have one more thing to talk about Friday. There was an interview that we ended up doing, and it was all me because I saw this thing, and my head went, and it was Quiptids. They're called Quiptids.
I hope I have that one. Y'all told me about it, but I haven't watched it yet. We're going to trade off all the information.
Plushy, cute little chupacabras. And
it was at the same booth we were at.
Yeah, it was right across from the Otsko booth.
And my head just swerved when I saw this giant plushie, like chupacabra or something. And I was like, I gotta talk to this guy. His name was Aaron, and he was so sweet. And he gave us an interview about like kind of came out of the pandemic, and they were trying to look for something more to just create. And a couple of them got together, and they only had pre-order at the con, but the cutest plushie bad guys I've ever seen in my life. And they're called Quiptids, and they're coming out very soon.
Hell yeah.
And so is the interview.
And before we move on to Saturday, I don't remember if this was Thursday or Friday, but I did want to talk about the panel that we attended.
That would have been...
I think it was Thursday, but I don't remember.
Which panel was this?
It was Thursday. Secrets of Skinwalker Ranch.
Yes, The Secrets of Skinwalker Ranch, which is an HBO show. Go check it out. I'm going to try to have a write-up for the panel.
It's apparently 6 seasons.
Yeah, 6 seasons. I'll try to have a write-up for it this weekend. Essentially, it is, if you know anything about the ranch, it is a hotbed for just weird activity, and we got to watch a panel with the aerospace engineer. I have forgotten names, and I'm very sorry. That's in charge of the research and most of the experiments. The ex-government agent working with them and the producer of the show. And it was fascinating. It was more fun for me, I've known about this place for years, and I've kind of like done my own research on it, and I find it very fascinating. And Jason, who had never heard of it before, like watching Jason when they showed the little preview, and they're like, yeah, this happened, and then he would just like go from like a relaxed position to, wait, hold on a second.
Yeah, it like, and I was kind of like, okay, this is Cora's thing, but I'm here for it. And I'm listening. There were parts I was like, hold up, wait, what did you say? Like, shit is weird.
Yeah, and they had evidence for what they were talking about, and it is a weird place. And they talked about like how hard it is to get funding.
So, like, this is a real place.
This is a real place
where just a bunch of weird crap happens.
Yep, and it's been happening since about the 70s, I think, 60s or 70s.
I really want to get into this show now, especially 6 seasons. It's a little bit kind of like when you hear something like, oh, 6 seasons, crap, am I going to be able to like get through all this? But I'm interested now.
Yeah, and a lot of the things they've proven or have like documentation of happening has been stuff that has been historically talked about being a problem. Dire wolves have been, so like giant animals, different unexplained phenomena. I think he talked about, he was in a group of people when he first got there, and he was the only one that got gamma radiation for like a week. Like, he got blasted with it. No one else did.
Which is not how gamma radiation works.
Yeah.
So
we don't have the technology to do that. So that's a pretty good sign right there.
You were telling me they were, when you were talking about it, that they're trying to use it to kind of fund, like, scientific research.
Yes. So the show is to fund scientific research because they realized that a good way to make money is entertainment. The government government refuses to fund it, which obviously they want to hide aliens. We're gonna like put on the conspiracy hat. They don't want to talk about aliens. But History Channel's like, no, this is a historical place at this point, and they're doing a lot of research, not just scientific research, but also like research and working hand in hand with the Navajo that have historically lived on that land. So like,
that's nice. It's good. We've done too much to not be great there. So.
There's a lot of cave. There's at least one cave. I think there's more on the property that have like Navajo drawings from back when they settled the land, and they've left those alone. Like, they've preserved them.
And whatever you believe about like supernatural things, at least working hand in hand with the people who have been there a lot longer and are more in touch with the local geography would be beneficial no matter how skeptical you are.
Yeah, also this is a 512 acre
and also
property.
Like respect, just basic respect.
Yeah. And the last thing I'm going to say about this is don't go there, please.
Nah.
Like, this isn't just like a normal like, don't go urban exploring, you might find a little ghosty. Like, no. Just they just don't go.
Nah, son. Nah.
I don't mess with IRL, like, haunted experience. Like, I'll do a haunted house or whatever. Yeah. But I've had a couple of experiences that have detained me from, like, messing with that.
From what I saw, definitely something I'll be like, I'm going to watch this on TV. Good luck.
Yeah. When they
I'll be over here.
You can't get possessed via TV.
Right.
Take that the ring.
No weird stuff can happen through the TV. Yeah. No, that was a good panel, and we got to stay for the whole thing. So
yeah, that was fun. I wish we'd gotten to see the panel before, because it was how music in superhero movies changes everything. But
there's a lot of good panels that are fun to go.
Give
us 4 passes. That would help.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to Saturday.
Saturday, we got to redeem ourselves.
Big day.
Yeah. We got to redeem ourselves because last year we had an awesome interview with the people at the Bandai booth, and we had an equipment malfunction and lost that interview, and it sucked. But we went back and talked to someone I just consider our friend, Mr. David Edmondson, with Bandai. Really cool. Nice guy. And we got to do it all over again. And while we'll never get that other interview back, this one was good. We talked about the weekend. I want to thank the man because he allowed me to kind of cut the line and get a gift for Cora. Because Cora was very thoughtful to everybody all weekend and everything. And I was like, I want to get her something I know she was wanting to get. And he let me kind of, I didn't, like he thought for a second I wanted it free. I was like, no, I'll just give me the opportunity to get the damn thing.
Because you had to have
Ticket.
a little not a raffle ticket, but like a little ticket saying that you were there to pick it up at the right time.
You have to go at like 7 o'clock in the morning to get those.
Or 1 p.m. depending on what your ticket was.
And also, but yeah, great interview, which is going to be up soon. That's the next one I was going to work on because I just really like that one.
He's a chill enough dude that like he made a big enough impression last year that when Cora was going to go by and say hi to him on Sunday, I was like, no, I want to go too as well because I met him last year and he's just a great dude.
I legitimately just want to sit there with him and just talk.
But Bandai,
he talked to us for like 20 minutes off camera on Sunday, just chilling.
Yeah. But Bandai also had a presence over there. They had the Tamashii Nations booth. Yeah. They had the Tamagotchi booth. They had the Godzilla booth. They had
the Ultraman booth.
They had that was like a block.
They had a Gundam booth.
7. There had at least 7 that we counted because Cass and I tried to go find him on preview night because he told us to come by earlier next year and we could chill out in their second story and like crowd watch. And he made a big impression last year, so we tried to hunt down which Bandai Namco booth it was on preview night. We couldn't even find it because it was so crowded and whatever. But
it was worth it. It was so much fun. It was also just really fun to be up on that second floor and be able to like look down at the crowd.
Especially having observed that for many years going to San Diego Comic-Con because they've had that second story for a while, and now I'm up in here.
He said they keep it partially because they noticed that once they got it, they didn't get con cred.
Because everyone's downstairs.
And I was like, whoa, valid.
Yeah, something I didn't think about until he pointed it out.
But let's be real. Bandai had a presence on the floor. Just like they covered all. What have we got? We are here. We got something to show. We got everything here. Everything. I gotta say, that was awesome.
And we're gonna section it off so you can find exactly what you're looking for.
And amazing suit actors. They had Godzilla and Kiryu, the Mecha Godzilla. Human H2 on Instagram. Go follow him. He does a lot of like huge cosplays, like a big Thanos, a Sentinel, Juggernaut. Go follow that guy. He was the one in the Kiryu Mecha Godzilla suit.
I need to look him up and do some weapons for him because I specialize in giant
HUMMIN _H2. Go check him out on Instagram because he was out there and he was like posting and talking about like they could only be on the floor for like maybe an hour or two, and then they had to walk all the way back in their suits to their dressing area or their staging area. So they were working hard, taking pictures of everybody. They looked awesome.
They did.
Cora, like preview night, text me. They have Godzilla and Mecha Godzilla cosplayers over here.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna cry.
It was some beautiful,
straight
booths,
up. Bandai comes with it.
Like,
their booths, and they said they designed their booths like a year out too.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it because they're so well done.
I know they just to showcase everything, and also a lot of good product they showed this year. Like Bandai is like here to take your money unapologetically, and you gonna say thank you afterwards.
There were a lot of vendors like that. Just their product was so good that I was like, no, man, your price is your price. And it's set where it should be. You know your value.
It was the first time at a con where I saw a price tag that was over $100, looked at the product and went, no, that makes sense, actually.
Yeah, that's what that should be.
But we had the Nava panel that day as well. Were we able to make that?
I thought Nava was Saturday.
It was Saturday.
There was confusion about the Nava panel.
We are Saturday. We did make it.
Okay.
And we recorded it, and it will be up. Like, we're trying to get stuff together, but like...
So, I guess we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the voice actors. On SDCC weekend, they struck the video game companies.
Yes.
Mainly for protections from AI.
They did, and they talked a little bit about that during the panel. One of the things they did talk about is they are working with legislators right now. Like, you may not, the average person doesn't know this, but you can be recorded in public, your voice and your image, and it's not like intellectual property that you have. Like, it does not belong to you in that way. And they're working with legislators to try and get laws passed where your voice is your IP. It belongs to you. And it cannot be, like, licensed without your permission explicitly. And they talked a lot about that. And actually, actually, keep an eye out on our channel. We have a virtual interview coming up with one of the guys, Tim. I got his card, got his contacts.
Tim Heidecker?
Maybe.
I think we met him. Anyway, yeah, we
He was there last year.
Okay, cool. Which, I mean, we could go longer into this, but honestly, to the companies, y'all already lost this battle once.
Like, just cave, dude.
Yeah.
Stop.
And we talked a little bit about, like, are you worried about, like, them remixing your lines when you have been there? Do you want them to always get explicitly reshoots or retakes? And it's more about, like, you're licensing the voice for the words that they said for that release or game or whatever. I mean, they can't just pick it up for the next game. They can't use it for other stuff. They can't use it to train AI. And that's what a lot of the legislation is about. And they talked a lot about diversity and how, like, you don't just want one guy or one girl, one person to represent every queer person, every black person, every, you know, just all the different identities you can have, because we sound as different as our voices do. Really good panel. Look for more on that.
We're eating up time, so we gotta kind of.
That
That's
was
fine.
Saturday.
Okay.
We went to see that. We tried to make Critical Role, couldn't, and we went to Hall H.
Now that was the one. I'm glad y'all got in. So I gotta know? Was it press that got y'all in?
It was press that we got.
Okay, cool.
But it was also elbow grease and leg work. We went.
Sometimes you gotta do that.
We got sent to one door. We got sent to across the entire place to the other side of it. We got sent back, told to look for a type of person. Found that type of person. They sent us to a door. Went to that door and they said, okay, do you guys have like equipment you need to set up, a tripod? And this is all like still an hour and a half before that panel started. And we said, yeah, we have tripods, we have equipment we need set up. And they said that tripod area is not full. I can't get you in the cage, but if you have a tripod, I can give you a place to set up your tripod and that will be protected. So it was press and a lot of legwork. So we went and set up.
You got in. Congrats.
We caught
It is not easy to get in Hall H.
No, it's not.
To view it ain't easy to get in, which I don't know. I love Hall H, but man, I don't want to stay in line all weekend to get into Hall H.
They don't kick people out in between panels, and that's maybe they shouldn't, but that's how it works. And the line was snaked all the way through outside.
Yeah, we saw it when we were going back over to the hotel for Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah, it had already started
Like
to
they'd
line
have
up.
pavilions up to protect people from
from
not
the sun.
dying. Because
More cons should do that. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Especially in Texas.
Especially in Texas.
But
anyway.
we sat through the end. We caught the end of like a women in show business panel. I think that was really good. We might publish portions of that. Then we sat through the Penguin panel,
nobody cares.
which I don't love the Batman. I'm gonna have to check out the Penguin show coming on September 19th on HBO. And then it was the Marvel panel. Y'all, Cass wanted to go to this panel, which surprised me because Cass has been kind of out of Marvel for a while. And then they started talking about Captain America, Brave New World. They brought out a certain somebody, spoilers, I guess, even though it's in previews in the theaters, Harrison Ford. They brought out Harrison Ford.
Yeah, we know he's in the movie.
I know.
I didn't.
Well, you haven't seen any trailers.
No, I haven't.
You haven't seen our She hasn't watched your videos.
We haven't put them up.
There's some there.
Oh, yeah, there is some of those. But not for Brave New World, I don't think. Anyway.
Go on.
Yeah, they brought out Harrison Ford. There's another thing that's public knowledge about him, but he's playing a president. I don't know if we want to say anything else, but yeah.
Is he playing Harrison Ford? Ha ha ha. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm
He
so sorry.
He came out and did a press event. I was shocked. Floored. And then they talked about another thing that I wasn't all that interested in. No, I don't know. And then it was time to talk about the Avengers.
What, you wanted to care about Fantastic Four at all?
Oh, yeah.
So, funny thing. Who's playing Sue Storm again in that movie? Okay, well, the actress is... Okay, Pedro Pascal apparently has high anxiety.
I saw that. Vanessa something? Victoria something?
I forget her name, but he had an anxiety attack on stage, and one thing that helps him is contact, and you see him clearly in distress, and he kind of like he's reaching out his hand, which I understand. You're in Hall H. It's not like on a movie set.
It's like
There's a
7,000
lot of
people,
people
and people
there.
that you kind of interact with every
Yeah.
day, and it's loud. You can feel the reaction from the crowd, and you saw he was clearly having an issue, and she like just grips his hand, and she's just like, and you can see her whispering something to him, and he instantly looks like
He instantly looks better.
he looked relieved, and kudos. You don't. That's the sign of a good cast. That like it likes being around each other, like the boys.
Yeah.
She saw and how
He was
professional she
winding
remained.
up. Like, having been in there, he was winding up.
And you could see she
something
was
that could've been
saying
bad.
something to him. She had his hand, and she kind of just moved close to him. And he instantly looked back. I love that moment. But also, yeah, the Fantastic Four stuff that we saw. I'm excited for Fantastic Four.
I am too. I think the fact that like it's far out from where we are now made it a little harder to keep top of mind.
And this retro futuristic look of everything looks amazing.
I do like that a lot.
They had not
Yeah.
started shooting yet.
Yeah, we got to see a lot of the art for it. Apparently, like where the Baxter Building is like if you compared it to that area of New York, that's a lot of square footage. So.
And the preview they put together that they wouldn't let us record, they had security. Like, you had to have your camera blacked out and facing like down. And we complied. We weren't trying to cheat. Of course they did, but we weren't trying to cheat it or anything. So we did that. But like, they put together a decent little preview and cut together stuff, considering they didn't have footage.
Because they are doing like VFX and stuff like that. The scene of Galactus looking in a window, which just bricks would fall out of me.
Yeah.
So
I think they did animated storyboards, was what most of them were.
That's
And
cool.
yeah, they started
I
filming
love
on
an animated
Tuesday.
storyboard.
I'm excited for Fantastic Four.
And they flew a car in.
Yeah, they had drones underneath that shell.
Yeah.
Also, the huge drone light show they did of Galactus rising over Petco Field that we missed by 5 minutes.
By 5
After the
Because
Her
there's
Universe
no
show.
way we would have missed that.
No.
We were so tired. We were just ready to go.
We were having trouble making decisions about food.
Yeah.
It was just
And then we got
tired.
back to the Airbnb, and I was like, "What is this? What is this Galactus trending?" And then the drone light show. So that was awesome. They did that over Petco Field.
We saw
Petco
that, and then I forget what it's called. There's another property that looked cool. I don't know what it was. Then they started talking they'd already done Brave New World. They started talking Avengers, and they said, like, there can only be one director for this. And then they started showing, like, a flashback of all these scenes from Endgame and from, Civil War, right?
Yeah.
And then they brought out the Russo brothers, and they got all excited, and they showed they started talking about the first movie that they're going to do, or the second movie they're going to do, and then if you don't know about, everybody knows about it, and they did, but he needs an origin story, and they announced Adventure Doomsday with Dr. Doom. And it was a really cool little reveal that they did, because they're talking about, Doom, and they had like 50 almost identically dressed people and just one guy in green. He had to have practiced this for hours, because he walked forward and it was very crisp. And just once in my life, being in Hall H when the crowd loses their shit was cool.
Those are the moments that everyone, those are the moments you remember from Hall H, when everyone collectively explodes.
And I've never seen it before.
I'm glad y'all got to get an explosion.
It meant a lot to cast to be there.
And
for
this
a
was
moment like that.
we had the pandemic show, which not a lot of stuff happened. We had the strike show. Hall H was closed down.
Yeah.
This was Hall H returned, and you need that big moment. And damn it, that was a big one.
Cass needed it.
Yeah.
And I don't think she minded me more than I did. Like, she needed to feel that energy, which is why she was pushing for the Marvel. It was a really special moment for her. And, like, there's mixed feelings about him coming back into the universe. But it was a cool moment in Hall H. That's a different video. We can do that another time.
Yeah. But I'm glad y'all got to experience that. Hopefully next year.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
All four of us together.
All four of us together, if possible. But I definitely would like to try.
Yeah.
That's one thing from Comic-Con. Like I have like a little bucket list of Comic-Con I want to do.
See, right?
And,
It kind of helps just to go in and like, I don't want to say fail the first time, just like not do everything you want to do.
Yeah,
Everything not go to
take
plan.
it in. Take it in. the
So
first time.
next year you're like, now I know. The first year, fuck up.
And like and truth be told, the things I want to do is like I would like to go into Hall H at least once. I don't even give a fuck what it's for. Would like to go in there. But I would also like to put more focus on the stuff that's going on around the con. Like not in the con itself, but like in the Gaslamp district.
There's a like Shaun
stuff
of
like
the
that.
Dead thing.
Yeah, there was a
didn't-
Shaun of the Dead pub because they're having their like 35th anniversary, I think.
20th.
20th anniversary. I knew it was somewhere in there.
In the Winchester pub, actually.
Yep.
I think next year, as far as like gear that we have and everything, we'll be able to split off more, especially if more of us are able to get
Attend at
access to
once.
everything that we need to get to.
Yeah.
Which we all have the correct badges and everything, and we're allowed that more, just able to spread out, able to do our own thing. And like, hey, let's meet up here, let's, Avengers Assemble and everything.
I will say most things that you do, you don't happen to do right away. But we learned that we accidentally did it right away. Bring a tripod to Hall H because they had a special place.
Well, we can't do tripods. We can do the
monopod.
They have to do the
but-
monopods. They do not allow tripods on the floor. That's why we have.
We got in because we had a tripod.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had a tripod area. Like they're not full. Like, I mean, technically.
So
it
good
depends
on us
how you
buying
think
that
of it.
nice one that we one
Yeah,
back there.
that's what got us in was neat. They had it taped off space. They don't have a lot of it, but for the tripods, and that's why we were able to set up and hold our ground the whole time.
Also, considering like speaking of gear, our DJI gear really came in.
Oh,
handy this
so
weekend.
good.
I wish they would sponsor us. Been a fan of DJI since they were like, oh hey, camera drones.
I
Like-
could see us getting another. I mean, we have the one that we had before, but that Osmo really was a hard worker. I could see getting a second one of those. Anyway, but yeah.
But
So,
yeah, a lot of
Hall
cool
H,
stuff still to
amazing.
come out. Still a few virtual interviews from like properties like Fallout and Five Nights at Freddy's and one of my favorite makeup designers, Glenn Hedrick, and the Nava guy. And like we have a lot of content to come in the near future as well.
So we capped everything off though with the Bad Idea Tiki Party,
Yeah.
which is always a good event.
That
I
So
we went on a
fun,
whim
so
last
chill.
year,
Yeah.
and honestly, and there was a whole thing to get into the party. I didn't realize something. 80s martial arts superstar Cynthia Rothrock, a idol of mine, was literally standing right there, and I saw this lady and said, "Wow, she looks like Cynthia Rothrock." That's not her. No.
and it
It was
was.
her, because I follow her Instagram. It was her. I wish I had said something. I feel so bad, but regardless, the party was like where we like capped off our weekend. All of us like we dressed up for it. We had our hats.
We're
Anytime we
hit
were-
at that party.
And it
We
wasn't
were.
posed for like pictures.
We got so many pictures from the official photographer
I
done
made the
because we
one-
were just stood out.
I made the one on the lights my cover photo because that's like my
It's such a
On
good
in front
photo.
of the bad sign.
yeah.
I was like, hey, you guys, this is really warm
I
light.
love
We
that
should go
picture.
out there. And then as soon as we got a picture taken with our cameras, like the press started
but
coming
they
out.
remembered us from last year. It's the hats.
It's the hats.
But yeah, they needed a whole. You got to jump through some hoops to get into that party, and like we have, like, oh yeah, we love to attend. Do we have to just get together? It's like we love your work. Come on by. Bad Idea is a comic publisher, and they hold a. They put on a very kind of low key but still awesome little party.
They really do.
Yeah, drink tickets. I really wish we'd gotten there earlier, but we had to do Hall H. We had to have that happen.
yeah.
And then I had to clean up afterwards.
Yeah. Well, y'all were,
Sweaty.
Sweaty
you get
and
sweaty
gross.
and nasty. Yeah, you get gross.
I want to just also shout out the lumpia they had there was delicious.
What is it?
Lumpia, it's basically like an egg roll, but not.
And they have the custom little fruity cocktails they
Yeah.
make for it every year.
I'd love to be there when they open next year, if nothing's happening in Hall H.
Yeah.
I mean, admittedly, Marvel came to show, and DC did not this year.
DC did not, but we already kind of knew, that next year was going to be a bigger year for them because of stuff they had planned.
Yeah.
But the Penguin show did kind of win me over to maybe watching it, and I did not like the Batman movie. So
I did like that the Borderlands people really did put on a show too. They had like the bar, they had a place to take photos inside the con. I'm excited for the Borderlands movie, and the promo work was there. So
I know we've gone kind of long, but
yeah, we have
quick
certainly gone
highlight
long.
from each of you.
Go ahead, Cora.
Oh, honestly, just getting there. I don't have anything specific that. Oh wait, no, I do. I take that back.
Oh.
Walking the floor as we were walking towards the Mezco booth to get Jason's Snake Eyes, I just slap his arm like, that's Doug Jones, and he's like, that's not Doug Jones. Oh my God, that is Doug Jones. And
She didn't slap Mara. She physically assaulted me.
She
I
should
did.
have. You might have missed Doug Jones.
And
it's perfect. Like, he was really nice, by the way.
just very
sweet.
dapper. Just had his coffee. Just chill, like looking at things.
Yeah, and of all the actors that were there this weekend, he is the only one I can think of that can do that without security detail, because none of us know what he looks like.
We made a
Even
joke
though
about
he's
that.
a freaking tall, skinny dude.
That was
Yeah.
one reason he was able to be
But
spotted.
the thing is, out of makeup, he looks like just a dude.
People would never know he, like, Oscar.
Yeah, the only movie I've ever seen where it's just his face was Mystery Men, and he did like maybe 3-minute tops part where he said like a couple of lines and then he was gone.
He did this thing in Star Trek where, like, it was an alt version of him, but it actually looked like Doug Jones. It was kind of fun.
Yeah, but every other time he's got all this makeup on, so no one recognizes him. So walking around in his little brocade vest, little jewel brooch,
He's just
coffee. He's so sweet. Great human being. Anyone that's mean to him, I'll
I'll beat you up.
You'll
There.
have a legion of people.
Yeah,
that
you
treat.
Highlight of the weekend, because of course I was there for like one thing. Like, we have work to do, so it's hard for me to like get
And we
exclusive.
did our work.
So I make it a point, like, hey, if there's one thing I want to get it, and I really wasn't going to go to the Hasbro booth at all. But we met up with my friend Travis Moody, who does a Toy Kind of Mood, over at the lodge. Really nice guy, works very hard. Go check out his channel, by the way. He got to meet Cora. I was happy that like 2 friends of mine got to meet. You know how that is? You know?
Mm-hmm.
But he was going to help me get into the Hasbro line to get some exclusives, which I only wanted I was once a man, and a Death's Head figure. Now Travis he's a talker. He can talk you into stuff. And he got up to the booth. He gave them this story about how to get in. I did this interview with these guys, and he just let me get in there, and they let him in. The guy that was there looked at me and goes, "What's going on, Jason? How you doing?" Last year, I gave that dude a bottle of water, a fruit snack, and a beef jerky pack, because he looked like he was about to drop on the floor.
And that can happen.
And my friend Robert remembered me from last year. He was going, "Oh, what's going on, Jay?" He's like, "Hey, you want in?" He's like, that line is 2 hours long at a minimum. It took me 5 minutes to get my collectibles, and it was nice that a random act of kindness came back to reward me. Yeah, it was so I could get toys, but you know what? I would have done that anyway. I clearly did that with no reward planned. Just he looked like he was tired. And he did the teeter thing, and I was like, "Hey, well," I like went up there.
Unlock your knees. Drink this.
Yeah, and I had like a bottle of water I bought for like $1, like before I walked in the con.
Yeah.
It was probably not even that cold anymore, but
Yeah.
I gave him that. He was like, "Oh, thanks, bro." I was like, "Oh, that's all good."
And you gave him another fruit snack, didn't you, before you left?
So, and I did that to a couple people actually during this show. Like, there was a security guard. I was like, "Hey, man, you need a little something?" And he was very appreciative. Like, the dude hugged me in. But it just reminded me, like, be kind to people. If you got a chance to help somebody out, be it a small act of giving somebody beef jerky, do it. Because it rewarded. I was able to get 2 things that I wasn't planning on getting.
Say it again. The what?
I was once a man. I love this thing, and there's the figures over there too. But it was a good time with that day. And
It's
I got
such
to,
a cast thing
like,
to do.
we saw the Death's Head figure. Oh, I met D Amazing, who is an amazing. He's an awesome toy reviewer. very positive, but does good reviews, good camera work. We met him. We convinced him if he comes back to Texas, we're going to treat him right. He had a bad experience in Dallas, Texas. We're like, screw all that. We're going to hook you up. You come back through. We're going to show you a good time. Really nice guy, but he was the one that had the Death's Head figure that we looked at. And I was like, okay, I kind of really want one of those now. And I would have been able to get it later. I would have been. But, thanks to, doing something nice for somebody, it came back to reward me. That was my high point of the con.
I think we're starting to make a little impression around there. Like, we're starting to be a little known quantity.
Emily from Hasbro, you met her briefly. One of the branding marketers she remembers from the hats. We did an interview with her and Lenny from the G.I. Joe team last year.
Oh,
and I saw it and I was like,
she was taking all that crap. And she's like...
That girl don't play around. She don't care about what y'all think.
She was competent as shit, and she
was
new to the position.
She's also like 5 foot tall. I was having a problem getting through, and I was like, "Let me help you out." I just started like, "Excuse me, one side." It was coming. It was great.
If you ever need a cosplay handler, this guy
Jason
is so good at it.
You scary dog privilege, Jason.
I'm scary dog privilege. Okay, well, high point for you.
Probably the high point for me, and I didn't talk about this a lot, and I didn't even do this as press, but we've been on you about Dropout. Right, like Dropout, whatever. One of the side seasons was called A Court of Fey and Flowers, and one of the people on it was a newcomer never seen before named Omar Najab, and I saw Omar walking towards an autograph line, and we were actually following somebody else trying to follow up on Fallout interviews, and my head went, and I just turned around, grabbed him, and grabbed him or them, I think it's him, but I'm not sure, and said, "I loved you so much in A Court of Fey and Flowers." And they're not like a big celebrity, and you could tell that to be recognized was special as well to them, and not just to me. But I was like, "You're so funny as Inhira, and I'm about to start Desi Quest with my friend, and I can't wait to watch it, and you're so good, and you're so funny." And they were like, "Oh," and I was like, "And you're Ace." And then Cass walked up, and I was like, "And this is my sister." And it's just a special moment to get to meet somebody I was a big fan of, and seemed like it was special to them too.
It's Black Genghis, KJ from A Toy Kind of Mood. He's joined us. Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hi.
It's kind of like when we met that one stunt actor, just walking down Peter Jang last year. And his friend asked him right before they walked up to us.
Anybody ever recognize him?
He's like, "Man, nobody cares about him." I said, "Hey, Peter Jang!" Dude's a good kicker as far as stunt work.
Yeah, Omar was making his way to stand in an autograph line
to
get an
like
autograph.
that, just giving them that. Hey, I'm a fan. Thank you for what you do. My good friend Neil Newbon, and
but also legitimately in Dropout, Crown of Fey and Flowers, Omar was my favorite.
Also got to shake Vivian Madrano's hand from Hasbro Hotel at the Her Universe Fashion Show.
Yes.
Which they need to have her back.
They do. She was really, she's just really sweet.
I took a picture for her for somebody else, and I was like, "Oh, by the way, I love the show. I'm not a musical fan. I love this show."
She will never know what a compliment that is coming from you.
Yeah.
She's like, "Who's this asshole that doesn't love musicals?"
No, just like... Yeah,
she just doesn't know the history of us forcing you to listen to show tunes and you plotting our demise every time.
But yeah, Hot Topic was there, and she was there, and that was really cool.
Overall, I'd say it was a good weekend. I was so glad to be there with, and I said this before we went, I was just happy to be there with all 4 of you guys.
Me too.
My closest friends, my teammates in this, we went.
And I'm proud of us. We did better than we did last year. We'll do better every year.
We kick ass. We're going to do even better next year. So.
Oh, and my phone wasn't dead. It took us 20 hours, 10 minutes, 13 seconds.
That's actually not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Really good, considering it's a 19.5-hour drive.
Yeah, and it's not like you can drive straight away. You have to stop.
Yeah, and that's with gas stops, which is
brakes.
Even more impressive.
Yep. But we made it. We did it. We're safe. We've even slept since then.
Yeah, and you know what? If everything goes right, we're doing it again next year. So,
woohoo!
this was a good year. I'm glad we could do the show to recap it. You know, we'll be back to our regular format. Well,
Soon.
y'all will be back to your regular format next
You
week.
think it's going to be regular next week?
I don't know what y'all are going to do.
We're going to paint this whole room pink.
Y'all
We're going to
just-
sing show tunes.
You come in here, you do the show, and then y'all get the hell out. But, no,
we have all house that for you.
So it's gonna be wild. This will be like one of the first shows I have not like even been in town for. I will be off next week. I'm going to Boston with my family. One vacation into another. I'm a lucky duck. So
Have fun.
I-
I love Boston.
we are nerds, so we're strictly going up there to watch all the Fallout 4 sites that we can.
Okay, but
Also, we're
Edgar
going to
Allan
Salem.
Poe
No.
monuments everywhere.
I plan to drink in the oldest bar in the United States.
Heck yeah.
We're going to follow the Freedom Trail, and we are doing a lot of things. We've got a list of things we're going to do, so it's
That's
going to be
cool.
fun. But that's my vacation with my family. Next week, it's all y'all.
It's going to be
I
chaos,
will be
y'all.
watching, so I'll be
We don't
watching from the
care.
chat.
We're not threatened by you.
No, I'll be I don't care. Like, y'all don't know what
We're going to rearrange all your figures.
No, wait. Never mind.
Anyway.
Show's canceled next week. Anyway, yeah, that's it. We had a great time at San Diego Comic-Con. To every one of our friends we saw out there from my friend Nerdy Girl Julia, we saw B. Ruth cosplay
Taffeta.
twice. We shacked up with Taffeta.
We shacked up with
Yeah, we
Taffeta.
shacked up with Wait, is that another term? Anyway. Either way, we had an awesome time. I can't wait to do this again next year, especially the more and more we gain knowledge about how to do this.
It's going to be better. We still have a lot of content coming out. Keep your eye
Yes.
on the channel. Keep your eye on the website.
We got videos we need to edit, things we need to post. It's going to be great. So thank you guys for watching, because also what we get from you guys watching helped us get there, so we appreciate it. And all our friends we got gifts for, comic books and pins and such.
Yeah.
So anyway, that is it for our show. Thank you for joining us out there in the Super Cool Nerd Nation. We'll be back next week. If you want to follow us, please follow us at SCNS Live on all the social media platforms. And like this video and subscribe to the channel. If you want to follow us personally, you can follow me at Jason the X.
Find me at Better Cat sporadically on things, or on supercoolnerdshow.com, our website.
You can find me currently still on Instagram because I am lazy about moving
For now.
at Cora Art. Same with Twitter. It's Twitter, not X. Thank you very much.
Oh, and keep your eyes on the channel. D&D coming up very soon.
Oh, I cannot wait.
Even more D&D.
Anyway, guys, that is it for us. We'll see you next week. And as we always say around here, keep on nerding.
You're going to have to wait while I send a little heart in the chat. Little sparkly heart. Because we love Black Angus.
Oh, we do love KJ.
Now, keep on nerding.
Keep on nerding.
Keep on nerding.
Nerds.
Check out Geeks Have Game.